Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the stream. I am your host, No Luck's Given. We have a few days left here to get out of Diamond and into Masters. So I want to do that. Sorry, just waking up, reading messages, and turning on the stream. Never a good combination, but I didn't see that I had messages until after I'd started. Anyways, you guys don't give a shit about that. Let's do... You know what? I'm going to start off in Gaultlet here for a second because I got another quest that makes me want to do a Gaultlet win. So let's start with this. Maybe I'll play like 3 games of this as we warm up the stream here. Let's get it started. Ha! Could have led with the turn 1 Granadins potentially, but it's unlikely to matter too much here. Oh, hang on, no. In case we draw a vault. There's only 3 vaults in the deck, but... Alright, well now I probably just want to run them out there. Though now my opponent's going to play Combray Healer next turn. I'll just wait, I guess.
Safe travels, friend.
Amber Acolyte. Unlucky. Your big fatty boom boom, though. That's pretty good. Kind of wish my opponent had, 10 less life points.
Safe travels.
And that we were attacking them this whole time, but I digress. I don't think the Gauntlet decks play Harsh Rule. I can probably just continue to dump my hand here. You can probably just like Vanquish or maybe even Desert Marshal, whatever they play here, and not be too worried. Yeah.
You've run far enough.
That'll be a Vanquish target. And should have lethal next turn. I'll flash out the Desert Marshal. End of turn, most likely here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll make them take 6 here. Or lose. Sure. Don't think silencing a vanilla creature does anything, but you never know.
Safe travels, friend.
Oh, they didn't... Alright, well, whatever. My ace base didn't work.
Time, quick.
That's awkward. I don't think it matters too much here. That seems great. Alright, glad I waited. So now they'll just eat the Desert Marshal, chump block the Sandstorm Titan, take... How much is this? 6? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I was pressing A as I played that land, and then for whatever reason that didn't work. They don't bluff, so I guess they've got like a giant growth here. I'll just say no blocks. Or they're going to Harsh Rule. They might actually have Harsh Rule. Alright, well, I guess they're glad they attacked with it then. Oh, you know what I also wanted to put in the stream title? It's going to be too late for by the time this is on YouTube. But if you're watching live, feel free to talk about Survivor with me, because the season finale of that is tonight, and I am super pumped.
Who says you can't play with fire?
Alrighty. Yeah, very pumped for the finale of Survivor tonight. As a gamer, I always appreciate that as one of my favorite shows. Alright, we can play Combra Banner this turn, or we could play Assembly Line and just kind of curve out. What are we playing against? We're playing against a burn deck. I guess we can just play Assembly Line here. We get a little punished if they deal damage to everything here. Play a Lightning Storm. I don't think that's super likely, though. Alright, now I think I just want to Volt up. I'm pretty sure Fire and Ice doesn't play Lightning Storm because that isn't fire, nor is it ice.
Which would you like?
It's our most mana efficient play. Torch the dude. Seems good. And what is this now? Is this game 3 or game 2 that we're dealing with here?
Brace yourself.
We have Desert Marshal to answer, or to unlock our Morrison's Disciple. I think I'm going to go for that play. I could also just go Zen and Obelisk here after playing Talir's Favored. But I think it makes sense to free my Disciple. Smack for 4, draw a card. That's a good draw. If I don't hit a land next turn, I can go Grenadin Drone, Zen and Obelisk. If I hit a land, then I can go Assembly Line, Zen and Obelisk. And I think we're going to want to silence this as well, just to make sure we take the least amount of damage possible. Alright, no land. We could try to risk it and try to draw a banner or a sigil, but I think that's unnecessarily risky. Let's just play Grenadin Drone and play our Zen and Obelisk. And we wouldn't have gotten there either, so. If they trade with our Desert Marshals, that's fine. We still hit them for 5, and we're dealing some damages. Do we have lethal next turn? Unlikely with that, right? But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, wait. We actually do, if they don't block anything. Zen and Obelisk probably leads to a double block out of them, but we'll go for it. It's really close. Actually, if they double block, we win, right? Yeah, okay. We killed him. So this good. Boom. It's hard to code into an AI like, don't go to 3 against a red deck, but also, like, they didn't really have any other great blocks there. They could have double blocked to 2-for-1 themselves on a 1-mana 3/3. That wouldn't have been great either. This hand seems good. We do need a little bit more to get it working. We have Grenadin Drone and Torch. I don't know, maybe we ship it. Temple Scribe, Grenadin Drone, and Torch are good But if we don't draw that Fire Sigil, like Vault of Praxis, we don't really want against this deck, so I think I am going to redraw here. Alright, this hand's solid. Alright, turn 0 Infernus, or turn 1 Infernus rather, I guess. It's free on your first turn, right?
Wield the blade.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good start from Power of Fire.
Focus, child.
Alright, we do get to keep hitting our land drops though, which is pretty good.
Wield the blade.
And I do think, let's see, we drew a Time Sigil here. Alright. Because we drew a Time Sigil, let's just play Assembly Line. It's going to stop almost everything from my opponent here.
Brace yourself.
Yeah, I think let's just keep Sandstorm tightening up. We may have to silence one of these Pyro Knights or something next turn.
Brace yourself.
Because my opponent's borderline. They're getting a lot of dudes out here. I think for now, let's play Assembly Line. I actually just want to play Amber Acolyte so that if they attack, I can trade off Amber Acolyte rather than losing 2 Assembly Line drones. What happens if I attack here? They triple block, and I can stand together. Alright, well maybe I just want to play for that possibility then. Yeah. Reason I played the Desert Marshal is I felt that giving it +1/+1 pre-combat was better than not being able to give it +1/+1 after using the stand together.
Got him in my sights.
Yeah, this will clear the Aegis off of one of our smaller dudes, apparently. Kind of feel like I can just swing out here. I'll leave behind Talir's Favored. Seems good. Alright, now they can activate their Pyro Knights, and there's a Pyro Knight for them to activate, but can't activate this one this turn, unfortunately. What else do we got? A Marson's Disciple. Alright, let's play this as well. So they can trade there, take 9, go down to 6. Alright, that puts us about halfway through this gauntlet. Maybe I'll revisit it if we need a little bit more coin to do another draft here. But I am going to try to just get there and win the draft. Oh, you know what? That's pretty unlikely. That would mean we'd have to go 0-3 in this draft, right? That's not super likely to happen. Vodacon's Staff I like a decent amount. I think this card is pretty annoying to deal with. Represents a lot of card advantage here, so yeah, it's just a 3-mana 3/3 weapon, which is already fine, and then late game you just get to keep returning it and really causing a lot of havoc to your opponent. So I like Vodacon's Staff a decent amount. I think we're more likely to be Elysian and Splash Green than we are to be than we are to be Rakano and Splash Time. Said Lightning Bolt's a pretty powerful card. And I might just want to take it. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a Lightning Bolt here. Maybe we can pick up like some Strangers. We could also be Combray Splash Fire. That's not completely unreasonable either. Alright. Don't actually love any of these cards. Inspire is the best card in our colors, but like, that's a pretty loose definition. I could almost see taking Forsworn Stranger here rather than taking a card of a fourth color, but I think I am just going to take Polymorph. It's just the best card by far, so let's just grab the best card, and we'll see where that takes us, eh? And then clearly in the next pack, the best card is a Rapid Shot, because why not? Take a Lycian Banner here. I could want Cobalt Acolyte if we wind up in those colors. Magma Javelin is okay, but I think I'm going to want to take a Lycian Banner here. Alright, Haunting Scream, again, the best card, and Dark Return probably being in different colors. Unstable Form is an interesting card that I might even be undervaluing. I don't know. People have some cool plays with this. Not sure exactly what I'd use it on, but I think I might want it more than Predator's Instincts. I'm going to take an Unstable Form and see where that puts us. Bold Adventure is pretty good. Borderlands Waykeeper is also decent, though, and has a little bit higher upsides. So I think I'm going to take Borderlands Waykeeper over Loyal Watchwing and Bold Adventurer. Combray Stranger seems great. However, I think we want the Hatchling here to lock up Elysian, and this will give us a pretty strong Elysian start here. Hatchling is arguably a card that's worth unstable forming. Not totally sure, but could be worth it. Elysian Banner or Elysian Stranger. I go for Banner over the Stranger. Strangers have some synergies, but Banner doesn't occupy a spot in your deck, so it's kind of free. Combray Stranger to help us splash Staff. Seems good. Herald Song, mediocre. Yeti Spy, mediocre. I think I'm a little bit more likely to want the Song, but not by too much here. A Humbug and a Priest. Don't really want either of them. A Humbug and a Priest walk into a bar. Which one do you take? I guess we'll take the Priest. Boom. Vanquish is a pretty strong removal spell, and if we think we're already going to splash green, it could be worth it. However, I wasn't paying attention. There's actually just a Scorpion Wasp in the pack. Serpent Trainer and Zenin Guardian are good. You do get stuck with a lot of 4-drops in Elysian, so that is something to be mindful of. Scorpion Wasp, we do have a lot of 3-drops already, but Scorpion Wasp is just a great removal spell for all of your time needs. Stormcaller, pretty cool. Hall of Lost Kings, pretty funny, but definitely not going to be the way that I go. I really like Stormcaller. I'm going to try to make it work here. I saw something on Man and Mouse's stream that I'd really like to try, which is taking a Stormcaller and then putting the deadly weapon on it. That seems hilarious, and I've done that combo in Magic the Gathering, Cunning Spark Mage plus Basilisk Collar, but I never even thought about it in terms of trying to do it in this game. Let's take Combray Banner here. Don't love any of the other cards. There is an Eastwind Herald that we're missing out on, but Vodacon Staff is like a really solid card, so I do want to make sure we get the fixing for that. The card is really good. Rakano Banner, not too crazy about. Direwood Rampager. Like Runic Revolver, again, best card is like a double splash here. Crownwatch Deserter, the next best card, also a double splash. Don't think I'm ever going to play Decay, so I'm going to take Violent Gust, and probably not going to be happy enough to play it. Tower Top Patrol is decent, Friendly Wisp is decent, and Combray Banner, also pretty sweet. probably not going to be playing Torch at this point. I think that's a pretty fair assumption. Question is, how much Combray fixing do we really need? We don't need that much, but do I already, excuse me, do I already want to pick up a Tower Top Patrol or a Friendly Wisp when I really don't have that much to go along with them even? Friendly Wisp can be a pretty cool card, but it doesn't look like we're super likely to be trying to activate it here. I'm going to take Combray Banner, and if we're short on playables, well, I'll deal with it later. Alright, Find the Way, so maybe we can splash some other weird things later. Amber Monument as a 5/5, or Hatchling as a pair of 2/1 flyers. I'm going to go for the Hatchlings. It's going to make any Echo Matter cards, like, super important here. Take that. Horn for Lunk is a solid 4-drop. That's why you don't have to stress about the 4-drops earlier on. You can kind of pick them up pretty easily as you move into the late game. I'll take an Ornamental Daggers here. Let's just go all in on the Echo. Could almost even take a, what's it called, Cloud Snake, if we saw that now. Amber Acolyte and Seek Power here to also facilitate some splashing. I don't think we need that. Scouting Party is an interesting card. It's like pretty expensive, but we could maybe do some cool things with it. Hell, maybe we even splash that red card, and not that it's a red card that we've grabbed, but it's a pretty late pick, the one that all of your creatures deal damage to your opponent. After that, Dune Phantom is okay, Amber Acolyte is okay. Yeah, I don't think this is super powerful, especially in Draft, but it could be fun. I also only own 2, so I wasn't playing when this was a promo given out in the game, so it'll help us get more of those at the very least. I could take a Levitate, which mostly combos with Violent Gust. It's not really trying to combo with anything else. I could take a Gilded Glaive or a Spire Chaplain. I don't think either of those are strong enough necessarily that I really want to splash them. Or I could take a Sky Snapper or a Tower Top Patrol. I think with double Hatchlings, I might not want a Sky Snapper as much as I want a Tower Top Patrol. I already have a lot of flyers, but at the same time, maybe just another cheap flyer could be what we want. It's definitely one of these 2 flyers here. Which one it is, I'm not super sure. Alright, let's take Tower Top Patrol. Friendly Wisp, again, we're not really going to be using it that much. I might be more inclined to pick cards that trigger it, like the 5/5 Trampler land, if we already had Friendly Wisp, but because we don't, we kind of don't need it. Seek Power could help us splash something like Torch. Flash Freeze seems reasonable with like Scouting Party, but not super excited. Almost just want to take another Torch and just consider putting those back in the deck. We have a Find the Way, and that's it so far. Maybe that's a little too much there. Alright, let's take the Seek Power first, and then we'll look at potentially splashing some more torches. Ageless Mentor is fantastic of a card. There's also a Venomfang Dagger, which we could pick up. That leaves us with 1 Dagger, 1 Stormcaller. But that's a potent combo. A 1/3 that just has Activate, kill something, or deal 1 damage to your enemy. I kind of want to try that. Our only 3 Stormcaller targets or Ageless Mentor targets aren't that fantastic. I'd love to be able to pump up a Tower Top Patrol, but Horn for Lunk is just mediocre, and Stormcaller doesn't do anything. It would be sweet to pump up Yetis. Turn them into Towering Tarazans of short... Or not Towering Tarazans, Sauropods. Twin Brood Sauropods. I want to try this Dagger action, though. Homebrew Stranger as another solid 2-drop, help us splash the staff pretty solidly. We'll just play like one Justice Sigil after that. What else could we take here? More daggers or Amethyst Acolyte? Nope, this seems like the best. Then we can take a Hatchling or another Combray Banner or Tower Top Patrol. Just going to take a Hatchling here. Gift. That seems way too expensive. Northwind Herald doesn't seem like it's doing too much of anything for us. Stone Scar Banner, we're just not going to play. Let's take a Gift just as a rare drop or rare draft. Amber Acolyte seems great in our 5-color deck. Do we want another Find the Way, or do we want a Scaly Gruon? Which helps us fix our deck better, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. That means we've got 21 cards so far. Could play double Find the Way, right? If we're playing double Find the Way, that means we're definitely playing this Herald song too. But I could get behind this. Alright, Dispel, Sauropod Wrangler, or Horned Verlunk. I think I'm going to put some faith in Sand Whales here and take a Dispel. I don't know. This Horned Verlunk feels like we might need it. We don't have that much clogging up the ground. And we've got the air taken care of. Dispel, draw spells, also draw us 1 card deeper to our 2-card combo. Alright, I'll take a Dispel here. That might be wrong. Take a Pilfer, no intention of playing it. Take an Initiative of the Sands, not sure if we're going to play it. But we can take it. Diplomatic Seal is interesting in that it is a kill card early on. Morningstar is just a whole nother color, and I don't think we want to go there. Yeah, I think it's just Stormlinks. This seems fine. It's that or Combray Stranger. Psionic Savant as a big late game flyer. It's a really good card. Yeah, I think this might be able to help us close out some games here. Accelerated Evolution on the Echo. Trickster's Cloak, Feln Stranger. Nah, we don't want Trickster's Cloak. There's definitely not enough for that. I don't think there's that much we can do with Accelerated Evolution here, though, either. Oh, maybe I didn't need Dispel if I had Polymorph? Could play Rapid Shot now. I'm going to take Seek Power, just because we're trying to play 4 colors. And it's relatively low cost. Could splash for Bright Mace Paladin. I think it just makes more sense to take an Ancient Lore here. Gives us some card draw, helps us draw into some other sweet stuff. This is a good pack though. False Prince for the early game. Amber Acolyte to facilitate all the crazy colors we're playing. Plague is a pretty good card. Cobalt Acolyte's probably the only card we don't want, as most of our monsters already have flying, other than this False Prince here. I think False Prince is a really good card, though. Yeah, I think we've got enough fixing that we don't need another Amber Acolyte here. I think we'll be okay. Could unlock potential on all of our units. That's pretty crazy. Though, I think we just want Elysian Stranger to fix our main colors of mana. It'll help us play False Prince a little bit easier. Seems good. Yeah, we don't really need Finest Hour, and Unlock Potential's kind of a weird one. Second Sight or Elysian Banner? Alright. Time to figure out what's actually in this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Second Sight has got to just be too good, right? We've got Ornamental Daggers, double Find the Way, Herald Song. This is always going to be a draw 2 for 2 mana. Yeah, we have to take that over the Elysian Banner. Alchemial Blast here, also Refresh and Water of Life. I think I'm just going to take Lumen Shepherd. Might be a little bit expensive, but we'll see. I think we have enough fixing to take Awakened Student here. We've got 2 Strangers, 2 Banners, and a Justice Sigil. We'll be able to play this early enough. And this gives us something to do with those Find the Ways. Take an Elysian Banner here, sure. I'll take Spiked Helm, but just for the rare draft. And Levitate actually seems a lot better now that we have Awakened Student. So, not too upset about that. We could play a Valkyrie Aspirant as well. I'll think about it. So, do we want to play this Venom Fang Dagger? I think we do. I think the splash is actually, like, relatively free. How many cards are we even looking at here once we discount our lands? We've got 6 lands, so this is 35 cards. If we count both of the Seek powers as lands, which they are, then we're looking at 33 cards already. And with double Find the Way and Initiative of the Sands, we really don't have to cut that much to turn this into an actual deck right now. How many 2-drops do we have? Maybe we don't need to play Herald Song anymore. I think it will be a good draw 2 for the late game, though. And we are lacking a little bit on late game. I think I'm actually going to cut Scouting Party. I just don't think it's as good in draft as it could be in constructed. Unstable Form seems fine. Maybe we can do some fun stuff with it at the very least. Strangers give you their value on their summon trigger, as does Amber Acolyte for sure. So being able to Unstable Form an Amber Acolyte, we don't want to Unstable Form our False Prince, and then you can even late game like Unstable Form Hatchling or Lumen Shepherd. Those are fine targets as well. So this is already 7 lands, like I said. So this is it's a 33 card deck now. Okay, so some more cards have to get cut still. Maybe Lumen Shepherd? The thing is, the card seems slow, but you can also, it's also a turn 1 answer to an Oni Ronin. So while it seems slow, it's actually kind of sweet. We have Levitate, Violent Gust, so I think I want to hang on to that. Valkyrie Aspirant also gives us a mana sink for the late game, which is why I'm kind of hanging on to that for the time being, too. Psionic Savant, good with the Herald songs. That's pretty cool. Well, we have to cut cards, right? Cards that I'm thinking are going to get cut are Lumen Shepherd, Valkyrie Aspirant, Unstable Form. And I don't really have to cut much more than that. That would put me at 15 lands with double Find the Way Initiative Sands. Plus Herald Song if things really go wrong. Combre and Elysian Strangers to fill the gaps there. Alright, I think I'm going to cut Aspirant. We've got enough flyers, and we can start putting the Vodacon staff on some of these flyers late game. We do have more than enough ways to break out of a stall with Stormcaller, Dagger, and Vodacon Staff. Play both of my Horn for Lungs. I could cut Lumen Shepherd now, or Unstable Form. I'm not sure if Unstable Form is a good card or a meme card or a little bit of both. I don't have to play Ornamental Daggers, but I think it's good in the deck because Ornamental Daggers is so good with Hatchling. Just being able to provide a steady stream of beatdown. Oh, I do have 8 lands. So I've got 8 lands and 2 Seek Power. So we're already at 14 lands. Because Seek Power you can just count straight up as a land. So this is now 15 lands, the decent amount of card draw, Find the Ways, Initiative of the Sands. Deck's a little bit strange for sure, but I think it might actually have enough lands in it already. It's weird to hit that add power button when you're already sitting at 38, but we kind of knew that's where we were going when we made the deck. So yeah, only want 1 Justice and 1 Shadow Sigil. We don't need double blue for anything other than Stormcaller. It's pretty important to have time. At the same time, all of our other stuff provides time mana, so maybe we do just add in another Primal Sigil here, because all of the Combray cards also help fix time. It's going to be pretty hard to not have time mana. Oh, this is a 48 card deck it's trying to give us? No way. Will it let me submit this? Am I playing too few lands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. Will it let me oh, it's probably not going to let me submit less than 15, is it? Damn, okay. So how many lands do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 13. Alright, I need to cut 2 more cards then for lands. That's silly. Let's cut Initiate for a land. So Seek Power isn't actually that great. It doesn't let you trim on lands in that way. Cut Unstable Form, Ornamental Daggers, Herald Song, or one of our Find the Ways. I don't think I want to cut Find the Way, which means I don't think I want to cut Herald Song. I guess I have to cut Unstable Form or Ornamental Daggers. Ornamental Daggers is more consistent, Unstable Form is more fun. But I already cut the Lumen Shepherd, so I guess I'll cut Unstable Form too. Alright, this puts us at 15 sigils, right? Yeah, 15 powers. Okie dokie. Let's give this a shot. 4-color craziness. Splashing for our Venom Fang Dagger and our Awakened Student. His hand's on the play. I think the hand is fine, actually, but I think we just want a few more power. This looks great. We've got all of our colors already. So all we need to do is draw something relevant.
We shall find the way.
This guy says find the way when I've got find the way in hand.
Rule number 1, don't drop your tools.
Don't really even want a second sight find the way yet, so... Oh, you know what we can do? Let's just cast find the way, get a shadow sigil here. And that taps us out. No way my opponent's trading here. This turn we have a Horn for Lunk, which is decently solid. Horn for Lunk on the play. Ricky Sun 33 on a what looks to currently be a Huru build. We'll see if that keeps up. Ah, it is Huru. Very interesting. Okay. Let's continue to smack for 2. Opponent's going to have a lot of flyers. And this is like the biggest monster in our deck, so... It's not like we're just going to have bigger monsters than him. Alright, there's the Combre banner. Now they should be able to cast their cards. Sure. Can use find the way. Just to get some of these cards out of our deck here. Hopefully no Wasperino. Nope, no fast spells. My opponent's not got much that they're working with over there. Interesting.
The Tempest.
Ah, Storm Dancer. Okay. That's a pretty good one. That's going to help race us. Even though I used all my cards, I think I do just want to use a second sight here. I mean, I'm not doing anything else this turn. Could just mean I lose the game right now, but... Figured it was worth the risk, try to find some hatchlings here, because we do kind of just need them sooner rather than later. My opponent can swing with Storm Dancer. That means we can crash back with our Verlunk. We might see a Static Bolt on the hatchling here? Not sure. Alright, my opponent is going to hold back the Storm Dancer and slow up the game here. Could put the Venom Fang Dagger on the Storm Dancer. Don't think that's worth doing. I think we're just going to... I probably should have held onto that land too, in case I draw Student. So Violent Gust is pretty good here. Yeah, I'm going to stop playing my lands from now on. I kind of want my lands... well, there goes something to do with my lands. Let's cast some Herald Songs here. Primal Sigil, discarding Primal Sigil. Let's go for another one. Maybe find another hatchling here. No, that's not a bad draw, though, either. Alright, let's get rid of this. And we've got a board stall. We also have the staff that is worth
Follow my lead.
hanging on to our cards for. Alright, well, I can trade 2 hatchlings for either of my opponent's bigger flyers, 1 hatchling for the smaller flyer. I'm going to go for this, considering the fact that I also have Borderlands Waykeeper here. Finest Hour, alright. It's not a huge deal. Can polymorph here or here. Don't know what's better. So now we can double block this. Could also like dagger this. But it's tricky because I'm going to take some damage. Horn Verlunk gets to attack this turn for free. Can actually attack with everything if we polymorph the Serpent Trainer. Yeah, it seems worth doing then. So I get to smack for 9 here. Puts my opponent decently low. Not trying to win like this, but if we can get some damage in, we can potentially also just put my opponent in an awkward position with the Venom Fang Dagger on Hornverlunk. Alright. We do get a decent trade here. Yeah, let's hold on to all of our Primal Sigils still, obviously. Like, Venom Fang Dagger on Hornverlunk means my opponent will be put in a weird space as far as blocking is concerned.
Follow my lead.
Serpent Trainer. Alright, well, Serpent Trainer still can't get through Borderlands Waykeeper. And my opponent still can't block Hornverlunk or Elysian Stranger here. Tower Top Patrol seems like a great draw. Pretty sure I just A-space with that draw. Alright, Lightning Strike on the Verlunk. The Venom Fang Dagger would have saved her. We see a chump block, and we see my opponent drop to 7. Tower Top Patrol is going to stall up the board here for a second. It does mean my opponent will be able to swing for 4 this turn. Oh no, they'll be able to get in for the full 6 and get their Serpent. Alright, a Nesting Avasaur. Kind of puts me in an awkward spot then immediately. I will take 8. If I block Nesting Avasaur, I'll take more than that. I'll take 9 lethal if I block a Serpent Trainer. So we have to block Nesting Avasaur here. That'll kill me. All they have to do is pump a Serpent. No. That's weird. Okay, they're going to let me trade off with their biggest creature. I have to trade here somewhere. They had just pumped a Serpent, then they would have had lethal, right? I block 4, take 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I guess I've got a lot of cards in hand, so they don't know exactly what's up. But we know it's all mana, and we know it's all up. So it's all down from here. Played some fire or shadow cards in versus battle, though, so that is pretty good. Hey Strax, how you doing, man? This hand seems great here. We've got all of the colors of mana that we could ever want, and even more now with Find the Way. We've also got double Echo cards, which is, at the very least, intimidating for our opponent here. Stone Scar Stranger, not too much of a threat to us. Let's just Find the Way, get our Shadow Sigil Splash. I think we're going to wind up playing Amber Acolyte here. And the awkward part is I don't really want to trade here, but we may just have to. Get our next Primal mana. So next turn we get to go Tower Top Patrol. The turn after that we get to go Combray Banner. Well, I guess we don't get to trade, though I was planning on doing it. Another non-threatening Echo card.
I see.
Let's just stay back on defense and not die to some damage push. Yeah, the Magic Online interface is a little bit difficult to deal with. It's definitely not as pretty as Hearthstone and Eternal. The game magic is super fun, though. But, yeah, unfortunately, it's just awkward. I think Eternal has the potential to be super fun in the future, too, so definitely going to put some eggs into my Eternal basket, so to speak. One kind of cool thing, like if we wait a turn with the Psionic Savant, We can, like, use Levitate to pump it, which plays around Temper. We could also just put daggers on it, but I'll probably just keep Levitate around to pump it. That said, like, how likely is my opponent to have a Temper that they didn't use on Amber Acolyte? Is it just more likely... Temper's a good play here, or Torch, yeah, because Torch lets them swing out, and it also makes them think about what they want to do. Alright, yeah, this play makes a lot of sense, actually. Alright, so we're going to play a Psionic Savant, and the next turn we're going to take a bunch of damage, but then we're going to draw like 60 cards here. Every Find the Way you cast actually also triggers your Psionic Savant. So, all these things are pretty sweet. We've got a block here. And take 8, though. Alright, we're down to 8. Alright, well that triggers this twice and also gives us 2 sweet cards to play. Because now we've got a 3-3, so this 3-3 can block here. And these 3-2s can block on these 2-1s. I said that backwards, but I think you guys know what I meant. So we've actually stabilized here. We go 1-5 on the 4-3. My opponent's got a few Warcry triggers in their deck. With 1 Warcry trigger here, that leaves them with a few more. Alright. Our big boy's down. My opponent's going to make some attacks. Going to make me trade off some cards here. I don't mind these attacks, though, actually. We wind up taking 2 damage and clearing out a lot of my opponent's board. So, it actually seems okay. Let's get some finds out of the way. And then I'm going to dagger up this Tower Top Patrol so that this guy can't attack anymore, the Oni Striker. So now I'm in quick shot range because I'm going to block Oni Striker, take 2, go down to 4. But if they don't have quick shot right now, which they don't have any fast spells. Alright, execute means we're dead next turn. Scorpion Wasp can hopefully save us. Let's get this find out of the way. Again, all of these are depleted, so they're all the same thing. Let's just play Elysium Banner. And this Stone Scar Stranger that I said might not be a big deal has dealt a shit ton of damage to us. Alright, Sidearm is awkward. Trying to think of what else we can do here. We can Levitate. I don't think that does anything for us, but maybe lets us find Deadly plus Stormcaller. Alright, there's Stormcaller. Maybe we can find a Deadly thing here. That would be an insane draw for the turn. Oh, we don't have any non-depleted sigils. Oh, we're so close. We need to draw a non-depleted sigil and that. Or, you know what? Chump blockers. That works too. Alright, so let's play out these chump blockers.
Mind over body.
This buys us some time. I'm not sure if Stormcaller is going to be a chump blocker or if Stormcaller is the real deal. I think Stormcaller is the real deal, and everything else is a chump blocker. Alright, well now we've got to use both of them. Actually, Awakened Student can eat the beast here. So my opponent can't really all-out attack. We would trade Stormcaller for Ravenous Thornbeast if my opponent attacks with both. So I think they just attack with that. And when they just attack with that... So I need to draw into Herald Song into Deadly Weapon. But I think that's my only way out of this. We also have Polymorph, Dispel... Okay, Polymorph, Dispel... But if it's Polymorph... Stormcaller's still okay, right? No, it's not really. But if we draw into the deadly weapon, I'm going to really wish we had Stormcaller. So we need to draw into, yeah, Herald Storm. I probably should have played in the Polymorph because it's a 1-card out. Yeah, so I would have been able to Polymorph here, and then when they attacked, just block that. That was dumb. That was really dumb. Oh wait, actually, when I Polymorph this, it still has Blackguard Sidearm on it. I still would have lost. It's still a 7/6. Oh right, it was just a Stone Scar Stranger. What am I even thinking? Okay. We still would have lost. Needed to draw the Sidearm the previous turn. Or, yeah. Yeah, just one turn would have even been enough to allow us to draw it here. So we are 0-2 here with a pretty fun deck. So hopefully we don't get punished for doing fun things, but I think this deck is still good. We'll see how it all pans out, though. How's everybody doing today? You guys excited for the season finale of Survivor? Anybody? I know. Nobody watches Survivor, but I'm going to keep trying, keep hoping. Do actually get to do a decently long stream tonight because I'm going to stay home and watch Survivor, so I'm not up to anything else. It sounds awkward in that it doesn't have primal mana, but I think the cards are still powerful enough that we can get there. We've got a lot of mana fixing in the deck, so I'm just going to trust in the heart of the cards. Oh, you do watch Survivor, Strex? Awesome. Yeah, Survivor's like one of my favorite shows. My money right now is on... I don't know if I'd put money on anybody, but... obviously, it feels like Sarah's in a pretty good spot, but I feel like I'm still cheering for Culpepper. I thought Sarah was my pick the first time I watched her play. But now... That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, like everybody that I know that watches Survivor is... pretty much just like moms of my friends. I talked to one of my ex-girlfriend's dads because he watches it, so we text every week. But yeah, other than that, it's like my friend's moms, my ex-girlfriend's dad, and like one of my friend's ex-girlfriends. Slim pickings. But I can talk about it with you. Gonna want to play Horn for Lunk or a Hatchling next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna save these daggers. I know I could dagger up here and be able to positive battle this stranger. I really just don't think I care. If you want to try a combat trick for a stranger, that seems great. Okay. Sauropod, that's a little bit scary. Have the Venom Fang dagger. So that's kind of sweet. Not much we can do with it right now, though. I do want to keep hitting my land drops. Hitting my land drops here means I'm not really doing that much, but I think I still want to go for it. And this also gives us double blue. Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting season with all the all the game changers and stuff. Tower Top Patrol doesn't seem great. I think I might just play a Horn for Lunk, and I don't know if I want to put daggers on a Horn for Lunk. I'm hoping just that Horn for Lunk will stop what's going on here. I'm a little bit nervous that my opponent's got so many cards in hand and so many different colors. There's just so many different things that they could have. Alright, looks like they've got something, but decide not to use it. Alright, so we trade a Horn for Lunk for a Sauropod. I think that means my opponent just wants to keep playing Sauropods. No, Elysian Stranger into Hatchling. Alright, well, Hatchling we can deal with, especially with an Elysian banner of our own. That means we can just go Hatchling, Hatchling. Yeah, it seems like the best play. Trade off everything here. It's going to mean my opponent's up a Hatchling. I actually don't care about my opponent still having a Hatchling in hand because we have Tower Top Patrol, right? Yeah, so this trade seems good. Just get everything off the battlefield here. My opponent playing a five color deck, but unlikely to have too many, yeah, so they might have like some 3-mana 5/5s or something in there. Let's use Ancient Lore here. And then I guess let's use Seek Power. Just thin the deck a little bit, if nothing else. We don't have too much time here. Kind of have to chump block Field Captain already. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Okay. Feel like we can still win this.
I see
How is she still pretty good? Yeah, I just don't have enough time to win this now. I'll trade Tower Top Patrol plus Venom Fang Dagger in for the Field Captain, but I think we've already lost. We're just going to get teleported here. No, Desert Marshal to silence it. Yep, that'll do it too. Now we've got a 2/6 that we've got a chump block with. It's also a pig, and it's gone. Good games, my friend. Take infinite damage, and lose. I will be back in 1 second, guys. I have to do something real quick away from the computer. But I think... Let's see, does that give us enough to draft again? We did go 0-3. Does give us just enough to draft again. It also put me... Yeah, I now have 0 draft juice. That's pretty embarrassing. It's going to take, like, 2 full-on draft wins now to get out of Diamond. I'm sitting on no juice in both things. The deck, yeah, I guess it was just a little too dirtily. Maybe I shouldn't have played the equipments. I thought they were going to be good, but then I got into, like, too good to use syndrome, and I just didn't play them. Like, what if I had put the equipments on the Stranger in the early turns? I always underestimate, like, how aggressive my opponent's decks are, too. So, yeah, that didn't work out too great for us. I will be right back. I think we might finish off this gauntlet since we're halfway through. So, I'll take a look at the opening hand right here, and I will be right back. I just gotta take care of something real quick. Sorry. Alright, dude, sorry about that. I am back, and we are going to unlock some Xenon mysteries here with our obelisk. Hopefully this obelisk can show us the answer to whatever these mysteries may be.
Safe travels, friend.
Or Sandstorm Titan. Maybe Sandstorm Titan will just be the answer to all of life's great mysteries. Alright, nope, definitely not Sandstorm Titan. That's a sweet draw. Means we get to dump our hand this turn and next turn. And then the turn after that we'll just play a Stand Together, and that should be enough to win it. My opponent can play like a Towering Tarzan here. Yep. It's decent for a draw too, but not too much other than that. That seems great. Probably have more kill spells since they just drew 2 cards, but...
Step right up.
Argenport Ringmaster, reasonable. Yeah, if we draw a time sigil, I was going to say we can continue to dump our hand. What if we just... attack with this? They probably double block, right? With these two? And then we can stand together? Shoot. Okay. I guess it doesn't matter. It's the same play it would have been. The other play would have been attack with Amber Acolyte, and then see what they do with that. This is fine, though. If we draw another land, we turn both of these guys into 6/6s. Oh, that's not great. Well... a bunch of 6/6s would still be good here, actually. So we want to draw like Amber Acolyte or Temple Scribe. Great Parliament isn't a horrible draw, though. My opponent can triple block this, but I think I'm okay with that because otherwise we're just taking 6 in the air every turn. And if we trade off, that's pretty decent too. Uh-oh. Just 1 spider. Okay, 1 spider isn't too shabby. Yeah, we're going to take 6 in the air, though, so we're dead in 3 more turns. We can probably beat that. Also, once we hit a land, we'll play the Great Parliament. Actually, we're going to play the Great Parliament now. Then A space and stand together. It's just a quicker clock to do like this. Get the Towering Tarzan out of the way. We've got a 7/7 Aegis Flyer. It's still going to provide a lot of damage, and it's not really going to give my opponent any great attacks here now either.
Touch of shadow.
When you've got Aegis on your team, your opponents always make really, really weird plays. They can't really block profitably on either of these cards. And we do want to get in damage.
Time quickens.
Huh. Stand Together doesn't really seem to change anything, but there's no reason not to play it. I guess we can wait until maybe they clear the Aegis on the Owl. Alright, their plan is chump block the Owl. And we have a Cloud of Ash. Cool. Alright, I'm going to do... let's try to finish this up. These are fun, too. This will just get it out of the way. Main reason I'm doing this, by the way, is I have a quest. It says defeat the boss at the end of the gauntlet, so... just want to get that quest out of the way. We're on the play with a Desert Marshal. Desert Marshal, I think, is decent against this deck. If it's an infiltrate deck. We've got a Vault for the late game. I'll keep. The mana's great, so... that's why I'm not really complaining. Oh, is this the life game deck? Oh, this might be the black-green life game deck, actually. Yeah, okay, it is. Well, we still have Desert Marshal to trade with this. Either which way. Get a little punished here for not just running out the Desert Marshal. But now we can hold on to Temple Scribe for post-Vault.
Think you can escape me?
I'm just going to trade off here. Rather than take too much damage. Yeah, this is a green-black life game deck. Just tries to make a big Zenin Destroyer. Forget what the green-black combination is called. That's pretty good for us. Yeah, I think I'm just going to grab a Death Toucher. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Not a huge deal.
For those who cannot.
This guy will definitely, at the very least, gain life gain. We'll play a Temple Scribe first, see what we draw. If we draw a Sandstorm Titan, that'll be the play. Just Great Parliament. I am going to play it. We draw a card off of it, and it's good on the board right now. We've got a double block for the Zenin Destroyer. If that's all that comes in... yeah, I'm going to block here.
For those who cannot.
Continuing to hit land drops will be good. Especially with the Obelisk in hand, but also just thinking about being able to spend all of our mana. I guess really the Obelisk is like the main consideration for that. Alright, these guys gain lifelink. Probably want to make my team one step bigger again in response to that. I do really want to play Stand Together as soon as I can, but gotta go for mana efficiency. When everything in your deck costs 4, and you have one card in your hand that costs 3, it opens up a lot of potential plays in the future. So let's just go like this here. Maybe we get a double block out of it? I don't think so. Ah, we get a double block like that. Alright, that's fine. Kill the Puma. Opponent has a lot of life points, so it is going to take a while to kill them. However, if we draw a land here, we get to make 2 8/8 flyers. That is quite insane. Alright, assembly line seems fine enough for now. 2 8/8 flyers and draw 2 cards, mind you. Vanquish pretty sweet. A depleted seat. Oh, depleted seat pumps our team. Right. Alright, let's just attack. We're going to keep up and stand together for the rest of the game so that we don't lose the game. But we should be able to just start slowly killing our opponent now. I'll stand together to counter this. That's fine value enough. Oh gosh, alright. Make 2 8/8s, draw 2 cards, draw another stand together. Alright, let's ace space. Seven, you say? 7. Alright, opponent goes back up to 6 from those blocks. Barely staying alive. Not going to be alive for too much longer here. I'll durdle a little bit. What's more damage, Cloud of Ash or Stand Together? Cloud of Ash hits my opponent for 10. Stand Together hits them for 6. Cloud of Ash is more damage. Okay. That's a pretty impressive showing from the Praxis Owls deck. Two more rounds? Yeah, let's play one more round and then see what boss battle we get. That sounds good. Got a Temple Scribe on the play. We've got Volt and Bolt and Titan. I'm going to keep this. Only problems with it are the slight mana problems, but I think we should be okay enough. We're not going to be pressured, especially from this deck either. Arcane Might. Sounds like an Echo deck, but I'm not entirely sure what the deck does. I don't really remember. Could run out the assembly line here. Don't love that. I think I'm going to hang on to assembly line until Volt's in play. Feels like it's probably a slower deck. Alright, now I'm feeling like I don't have as much of a choice. But that, like, because as soon as I draw 4 lands, I might just never even want to play Volt. I might just want to play Sandstorm Titan and all this other stuff. But we'll hold on to it for another second here and see what happens.
The grace of Elysium guide you.
Alright, so we can turn this into a normal 4/4 at any time. My opponent's still a ways away from making it a 6/6. So let's just draw a land for Sandstorm Titan. Alright, well now I drew Morrison's Disciple. Can be a little bit more bold. With a Primal Sigil, my opponent gets a 4/4 flyer. Nope, they're going for the 6/6 route.
It's more real than you think.
Alright, so a 5 mana card that dies to Lightning Bolt. No pressure there. Could like Backlash or something if they untap. That'd be a little bit annoying. Do you get an achievement for that, Strax? For dealing a bunch of damage to the AI? I feel like you do. Alright, so now my opponent might attack here, and then the plan is to just Desert Marshal it and trade off with this. Initiative of the Sands doesn't seem too great. Alright, looks like we've stabilized. Let's play the Volt. We can even smack for 2 here. Our opponent might even just trade. Nope. I don't know if they have anything to do with that Initiate, or if it's just coded not to trade Initiate off with a Grenadin and a Temple Scribe, but seems reasonable either way. At the start of each player's turn, summon a Morrison's Disciple card at random. That card is super scary. Yeah, we need to draw something that can kill it fast. Let's grab a Scorpion here. Yeah, at the start of each player's turn too, so pretty scary card. We need to be able to silence it or something quickly. Alright, no blocks this turn.
Focus, child.
Also, if we could just board stall, like, if my opponent's board is full and my board is full, that could also work, but it's kind of crazy. So I'd rather not have to get there. Opponent's not going to attack into these Deadlies. Maybe my opponent will block this on a Sandstorm Titan. They probably would have. Shit, I should have gone for that. Alright, I have to say no blocks here. Sandstorm Titan's going to gum up the skies again, so there's that. But we're very close to just losing. Actually, yeah, want them to... Ah, shit, that's no good. Yeah, I couldn't have kept Stand Together mana open. Now what do I do? Have to hope to draw another torch, or... No, I've got to stay alive. I can't draw 2 more torches. Yeah, Morrison the Eldest. Oh, and this is Morrison's disciple. Yeah. Morrison the Eldest is pretty frickin' scary. And what did I silence? The Champion of Wisdom? That's embarrassing. Okay, yeah. Let's make flyers. I don't know what I'm doing. Stop this flying madness right now. Oh my gosh, so many locusts. Oh, come on, polymorph. Take 6 here. It's a lot of damage. Yeah, that's probably good enough. That is probably good enough. It's actually not. We take exactly 6 damage here. But it means that my opponent's going to get to fill the board again. Can't play around that. Have to block everything, so... What if I silence it right now? Can I still win even if I silence it right now? No, I'd need to also draw a Sandstorm Titan and also play like 7 more cards out this turn.
Focus, child.
Yeah, this'll kill me. This wasn't even the final boss. This was just Morrison. Yeah, this is a sick card.
Which would you like?
I'm very much dead here, but we'll play some cards. That is the most annoying thing about Gauntlet is when you lose on one of the final ones, you've wasted a lot of time. I mean, you get this stuff, which is nice. It's a nice consolation prize, but mostly just wasted a bunch of time. All right, let's draft again. Let's do it up. Eager Owlet. Do we want to go for some silly Huru stuff? I feel like Eager Owlet might not actually be that bad. Skycrag Wyvark might be the best card, but a 2-mana 3/3 flyer, I mean, I don't know. And you don't get to draft Eager Owlet that often, so seeing him early means that you can kind of draft around him more. It'd be sweet to... I don't think I've ever played straight up Huru in draft. Eager Owlet leads to some interesting combinations. Yeah, like Huru. Crownwatch Longsword, also pretty good with Eager Owlet. Assembly Line's a pretty good card. Icebreaker is funny in Huru. I think I'm just going to take Crownwatch Longsword, though. I don't think I'm going to lock into Huru off the bat for no reason. Feeding Time's also a pretty good card. Maybe I shouldn't go all in on the first pick, but I want to try it out. I'm going to take Blood Beetle here. Blood Beetle could be good with Eager Owlet, too. It's one of the only flyers in black, though, so it might not want to be the route that we go. Another Eager Owlet, though? That's the combo. Eager Owlet plus Eager Owlet. That's the combo exactly. Execute's pretty sweet, but just keep this get on the Owlet train, right? Combray Banner might be good. Determined Stranger might be good even. I just want to take Argentport Soldier, I think. And then the option for another Icebreaker or a Seek Power. Yeah, let's take Icebreaker. I don't know why I'm in such a Durdley mood right now, but we're going to go for it. Renegade Valkyrie seems like a sweet card to pair alongside Eager Owlet. Also District Infantry. I think I want to go District Infantry here. Kano Stranger, Safe Return, Second Sight, Nightblade. I like all of them. Just in the mood to do something weird. Ornamental Daggers might just be the best card. Even though I got into a too good to use syndrome with it last time. Nightblade could be fun. I don't know, there's a lot of options here. What's been open? They've all kind of been equally open. Let's try this. Oh, there's the Civic Peacekeeper for the Icebreaker. I've always wanted to try that. I feel like I want to. Yeah, let's do it. Let's Durdle, dudes. Let's get there. Tower Top Patrol is good, though, too. And I think we might wind up in this 3-color combination anyways. Amber Monument's so good. Combray Banner's fixing, but Amber Monument is just so good. Huh. Accelerate with Northwind Herald is kind of funny. I own 4 Umbran Reapers, so don't need another one of those. Serpent Trainer is a great flyer and works if we don't wind up in Bant still. So yeah, let's take that. Stormcaller seems good. Amber Monument also pretty good, but let's just take Stormcaller. Flash Freeze could also be reasonable. Tundra Explorer or Finest Hour? I think I'm going to take Finest Hour. Scaly Gruon to hold down the ground, Horn Verlunk to hold down the ground, or Bold Adventurer. Let's take Gruon because we don't know yet if we're actually going to be in time at all. Not sure if Champion of Wisdom is a reason to play time or not. When we have 3 other good cards here. Actually 4. I mean, Dispel and Temper are good too. But I'm not sure. We do kind of have some interesting late game synergies going on, but I think I might just want Serpent Trainer. Cobalt Acolyte's also really good. But I think I just want Serpent Trainer. Well, Pillar of Amar. If that's not a reason to play not Huru, I don't know what is. But these Huru cards are also so good. Am I going to pass a Pillar of Amar here? Take another Serpent Trainer? Civic Peacekeeper's a late pickup. I'm not going to worry about that. But I think I am going to just try to play Eager Owlet Beatdown. Oh, this is great too. This is definitely worth splashing for. Daggers. Daggers. Violent Gust is good when we've got so many flyers. Lycian Stranger's solid. Not going to play Camel. The rest of the cards I'll consider. I guess we go Mark of Shame. We don't really have that much in the way of removal yet. Friendly Wisp is interesting. Let's just take a Cobalt Acolyte. Flight Lieutenant to give all of our units flying when so many of our units already have flying. I guess so. I don't love any of these other cards. Take a Flight Lieutenant. Another Stormcaller. Well, Stormcallers are good in conjunction with each other. I kind of like the Bright Mace Paladin. We've got so much pump. But Stormcaller seems sweet in multiples. Another Finest Hour or Secret Pages. Just take another Finest Hour. Take another Civic Peacekeeper. I think I'm going to, and I think I'm going to try to not play time. Just for fun, if nothing else, right? Like, you never play Huru. At the same time, Hatchling is really strong, and I think worth splashing. Not going to play this, but we'll rare draft it. It's a good Huru card. Huru Fledgling. Yeah, seems reasonable. Take another Stranger. Lot of time cards in this pack. Jeez Louise. Alright, and then a Civic Peacekeeper. I'll take that. Take another Hatchling or a Finest Hour. Hatchling is just like one of the best cards to splash, and it's our only 3-drop. So we could just be splashing Hatchlings. Do worry about potentially making the deck too dirtily, but man, what can you do? We don't need more Civic Peacekeepers. We already have 2. Eastwind Herald seems good with the Owlets. Sky Snapper, likewise. Sky Snapper Stalwart Shield's a pretty cool combo. Hatchery Hunter, well, that card's fantastic. Bright Mace Paladin, Valkyrie Aspirant, both pretty good, but Hatchery Hunter is just fantastic and might actually let us win some games here. Passing a second Pillar of Amar, this breaks my heart. Breaks my freaking heart, man. Second Sight makes these Hatchlings a little bit more reasonable. Another Elysian Stranger seems good. Another Eastwind Herald or Mark of Shame? Probably cutting the Civic Peacekeeper Icebreaker combo. Take Mark of Shame. I can also do Venom Fang Dagger with my double Stormcallers. I don't know what's gotten into me today, but I just really want a Durdle. Alright, so what are we not playing that we might? We might play Tower Top. I think we might as well play Amber Monument. Not going to play Northwind Herald. Could play Nightblade, but I really don't think we will. So do we have anything to help us splash this Venom Fang Dagger? No. Flight Lieutenant does nothing for us. Let's cut these Civic Peacekeepers. That's way too much. We're already dirtling way more than we need to. Not going to play a Humbug. We might play District Infantry, but I'm not sure. Don't think we need Tower Top Patrol either. We've got a lot of other solid flyers. Though Tower Top Patrol is just a good blocker in general. Maybe I'll reconsider it. Yeah, I think we don't want Venom Fang Dagger. I think that is way too silly. This is a 17 land deck. The Elysian Splash is almost free. We're pretty all in on Eager Owlet. All of our cards have flying other than our strangers. A lot of Serpent Trainers, but that's sweet. I like that. Do we want District Infantry? I think so. Second Sight we might not need. We might just be spending our 2 mana every turn, but we do have... Oh wait, we only have 1 hatchling? No, we do have 2 hatchlings. Okay. That's good. Okay, so the hatchlings give us another mana dump. I feel like Huru Fledgling isn't that great for the amount of mana that you put into him. Like, we're in blue, so we already have these other really solid flyers. So maybe we cut the late game Huru Fledgling and let blue be the late game flyers. Think so. So this is back up to 17 lands. Yeah. With 2 hatchlings, it becomes a little more reasonable. Stormcallers are pretty good in multiples, and they're good with like Sky Snapper and the like. I think Violent Gust is going to be good. 17 lands really isn't unreasonable. We've actually got a lot of just incidental time mana. 17 lands in an aggressive deck. Yeah, maybe this is just okay. We can do a lot off 2 mana as well. Alright. Let's add power. Don't think we're going to play that many. Might only play 1 Time Sigil. We don't have any way to tutor it out or anything, but we just have a lot of time mana otherwise. 6 time mana. And our other 3 drops and stuff are like, our other 2 drops even, are just as good as Hatchling, so we don't need to play it. Actually, that's not true. We've got some good 2 drops. Alright, maybe we cut back. We don't need double Justice for anything, but we do really want Justice on turn 1 for District Infantry. Yeah, I'm going to run with this. 1 Time Sigil, 1 Elysian Banner, and some Strangers. I could cut the Primal Sigil because I've got so much Elysian fixing. Because if I draw the Elysian or the... Yeah, not the Combra fixing, but if I draw the Elysian fixing, that also gives me Primal Sigils. Yeah, Cobalt Acolyte isn't doing that much for us. Probably, yeah, going to try to hit like District Infantry. It's maybe just not even worth playing. Can give Scaly Gru on flying, but that's not super exciting. Yeah, what else could we play instead of Cobalt Acolyte? Not Flight Lieutenant. Could splash for like Tower Top Patrol. It doesn't seem super exciting either. I'm kind of off that. We could put in the Deadly Weapon, the Venom Fang Dagger, which is probably too Durdley. And we also don't have the mana fixing for it. You just play another land, right? Go up to 18 power. Yeah, I'm kind of comfortable with that. Oh, we could put in the Huru Fledgling. Go back down to 17. That's a reasonable call as well. Though we're kind of at 18.5 power right now. Because we've got... Oh, Amber Monument was actually a sick card for the Cobalt Acolyte. But only one good card for the Cobalt Acolyte. Yeah, but this is 17.5 lands. So I think I'm comfortable with this. Yeah, 17.5 lands. I'll roll with this. Alright, looking for Eager Owlets. Yeah, no, that hand's really bad. I didn't have to look at that hand that long. Or as long as I did. This hand doesn't have green mana, but it has an Eager Owlet, so... If we can find a Justice Sigil, we're kind of doing it.
You look lost.
Lethrai Ranger, okay. And the Hatchlings are pretty solid, too. Let's play a Stranger, try to trade. Little Kobold. Hopefully will allow us to make this trade here. No Suffocate. Means that my opponent's going to have a 4-4. And that's kind of a big deal. I don't really love that. Maybe we can race in some crazy universe here. Or maybe... That's right, the favors aren't in draft. This is the worst card to play if we were trying to trade with my opponent. But I definitely didn't want to trade with my opponent either. So let's start with this attack. And then let's play a 3-drop. Because if we draw another Sigil, we're going to want to play 2 2-drops here. Really? They must have a Dark Return or something. Quick Shot? Trading Quick Shot for Hatchling seems fine too. Alright, Finest Hour. Still traded a Finest Hour for a Hatchling. Meant that they only spent 1 mana to my 3, so it's a decent tempo play. But they're going to need another trick for it next turn as I just play another Hatchling and attempt to trade with their 2/2 Sin Collector. Or Soul Collector. Well, now I can, like, positive battle it even. Right. Let's attack first. Let's play Eastwind Herald. So my opponent, I think, is just going to hit us for 4 here, and then we will crack them back for 7. That's the plan. We don't want to trade off for this, because then they'll just get another 4/4 here. Thorn Beast to make a 2/2 and turn the guy into a 3/3. Not too shabby. Also leaves my opponent with a 5/5. So this has to attack. I think this should attack, and this is pointless to attack. Start with that, see where we get. I think we're going to get a trade, yeah. All right, now we don't really have the means to race our opponent. They've got 2 5/5s and a 4/4. But... yeah, our Hatchery Hunter isn't even great here either. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like triple block Soul Collector. And then die to the other 2 creatures. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. My opponent's going to Giant Growth, the Thorn Beast, and then we're dead. Nope. They're going to let us trade off here. Alright, I'll take it. Oh god, Eager Owlet is gone. That's embarrassing. Oh my gosh. Alright, Eager Owlet definitely should have stayed back on defense then. I'm not sure how much he would have helped, but I could have traded him and a stranger off for the Sin Collector instead. Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, that means I die. Yeah, it was really tough to just recover from a Lethrai Ranger here. The point of this deck is that our creatures are a little bit more synergistic, but then we get to play some huge Owlets. I'm going to keep this. The mana's fine. We don't have double blue, and we do need a flyer. But we have second sight if we draw our hatchlings, and we already have the Owlet. Just doesn't have district infantry, but otherwise I think this hand's pretty good. Well, now we've got double blue. Still just looking for another flyer.
I'll find my way.
Alright, that draw means we're just going to play Owlet here. If my opponent didn't play Bold Adventurer, I would consider just running out a Stranger. But because they did, it means that we're not going to be able to block Bold Adventurer here anyways. I might have been able to double block it, I guess, but... Interesting they didn't attack... Oh, I guess an attack with Bold Adventurer was pointless. Do awkwardly have to, like, kind of protect our Sky Snapper here. Yeah, we'll probably draw a Serpent Trainer or something. No, thank you. Alright, Zenning Guardian. We can save our Sky Snapper with a Finest Hour. Means one more attack with Owlet. Let's draw cards first. Alright, Serpent Trainer, Eastwind Herald. Alright, so let's go like this. Smack my opponent for 3, and then just replay Eastwind Herald post-combat. Yeah, I also hope this isn't another 3-0. Or 0-3.
From the east.
Been seeing a little too many of those recently. Like, get to Diamond. I got to Diamond super early this season. Like, within the first few days, and then just stopped. Could trade Eager Owlet for a Hatchling. My opponent's got another big Hatchling in their hand. It's all pretty awkward. Could just stop attacking.
Follow my lead.
Don't really know where that gets us, but maybe it'll get us somewhere. My opponent's got a big Hatchling and a small Hatchling in their hand. And yeah, they're going to play them both. Alright, and then 2 unknowns. Eventually, my opponent will be able to turn on Zenning Guardian.
We shall find the way. We learn what we must.
Just dump our hand here, I think.
They're
Maybe I didn't need to try to get in for damage there. That seems like a good card. Alright. This guy might actually be able to do something for us. Nope, never mind. Wait, what was that? Did my opponent just echo a Crux? That was a really weird display. But I feel like that's what just happened. We get to do this at the very least. It's not great, but it's something. Nesting Avasaur. Yeah, I think they've got a big dragon. The legendary dragon that puts out Fate. It's like a Fate draw 3. I mean, I can't read that because that's upside down, but I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. My opponent didn't cast it here. Interesting. Their hand is all that card. And I'm pretty sure 2 of them only cost 6 mana. Unless the card costs 9 mana to begin with. Now I'm just staying in here to see what the card is in my opponent's hand. I'm pretty sure it's a huge 7/7 dragon. Yeah. 7 mana dragon. Fate, put Dragon's Eye into your deck. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a display error when that card gets echoed, but that's pretty insane. And it's got Endurance. Sweet. Can't block that. Alright, so it does only cost 5 mana. They could have played it. Oh, whoops. I should have been holding on to some shit for my Hatchery Hunter. Can I still win if I do? Yeah, it's probably too late at this point. Yeah, my opponent can just, like, A-space us next turn and we lose. Playing against somebody that is all flyers is a little bit unlucky. Find the way. There we go. There we go. Doesn't do anything. But let's wrap it up. I'm sure my opponent was going to make a better block than that. Alright, that's 0-2, right? We're not 0-3 yet. Should probably stop Durdling. Do the Durdling at the beginning of the season. End of the season, no Durdling allowed. Yeah, gonna redraw this, I think. There's 2 cards in it that we just can't cast. This hand seems okay. Fledgling, I think, turns it into pretty solid, though.
Proud to serve.
Stormcaller's cool, if nothing else. Smack. Opponent does know about our Giant Growth now, but it was a free attack because we get to defend with the Gruon. I will snap block here. If they have Temper, it's a little awkward, but yeah. I didn't think they did. So I could attack here and then finish this off with Stormcaller. think we're just going to play Serpent Trainer and pass the turn, though. This does open up Serpent Trainer to Torch. Whereas if I'd waited another turn, I could have played around it with Finest Hour. Which was maybe worth it. Alright, just a Crown Watch Longsword. We'll have to take this damage here. We don't have to, but we want to.
Rakano's weapons unmatched.
Another Finest Hour seems good, and that is a great, great Stormcaller target for us. So I can trade Stranger plus Finest Hour for a 5/5 here. We're going to try to snap that off. Cool. Alright, looks like it's not going to be another 0-3 at the very least. I won't count my chickens just yet, but I'm feeling some type of way about this one. Dealing 5 damage to my opponent each turn. Means we only have to do that 3 more times. That's kind of something. They only have to do this 3 more times as well. No, that's not true. We just get to block like this. Yeah, so they have to hit us 7 more times now. Or,
Like the night with flame.
yeah, 7. No, we don't get rewarded for hanging on to this. Let's just keep hitting them for 5. Now we're going to start taking 7 back from them. But I think I still want to hang on to this Finest Hour because it'll take a turn off of our clock at the end. Like, I could use the Finest Hour to have... I could trade it for the Rakano Stranger. Which buys us some life points here, but... Got the answer for tokens or something.
My sword is yours.
That's a tricky one. At the same time, we've got our opponent dead next turn. I feel like they might even just block here. At which point, we're hitting them for 3 this turn, 3 next turn, and 6 the following turn. Or if we Finest Hour, we're hitting them for 3 this turn, putting them down to 8, and then it's 5 plus 5. It's the same thing. What would I rather have, the Finest Hour or the Serpent Trainer? I think I'd rather have the Finest Hour. I forget, why am I holding on to Justice Sigil? Just for hatchlings at this point? Yeah, no, that makes sense now. Okay, block here again. Take 7, go down to 3. Wait, I actually just don't win this race at all.
Ride out. Stand aside.
So I have to, like, trade, chump block. Yeah, this is horrible. Alright. Oh, wait, I'm dead. Oh, God. It's another 0-3. Oh, gosh. I thought we were winning this game. How did we lose it? I guess my opponent's clock was just, like, significantly faster than mine. And I just wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, I guess I had to use that primal strength at some point. Alright. That's another 03. That's embarrassing. But you know what? I think that means that now is actually a good time. I'm going to open up these packs, and then I think I'm going to switch over to Magic the Gathering. That's not a bad way to end the stream. Little Midnight Gale action. Another eager owlet just to haunt us and taunt us. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm going to switch over to Magic the Gathering, so let me load that up here. Yeah, that was pretty bad. The thing is, like, yeah, you can't, I guess you just can't draft, or you're just not as likely to succeed drafting the fun decks in Eternal once you're already at the top of the ladder. But, makes sense. See you, Strax. Understand if you are heading out at this point. But, yeah, I'm going to get some Magic on. I'm going to restart the stream real quick, too, just so that I don't have to make any edits. It'll make it easier for me.